back in 2019, we did a mini documentary on the German Tirana and Uwe Sommerhoff, who owns the Tirana. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I'll put a link up here. You should probably go watch that first. And this is an update to that video. In that video, we saw him buy the Tirana and bring it over from Australia to Holland, to Rotterdam. He then took it to Mullenbach in Germany. He and his good friend Olga Bowman put together what is a fantastically built Holden Tirana, and you would have seen that cruising around the track, passing some Porsches, and saw Uwe having a great time, but that wasn't the whole story. Unfortunately, during that time, Uwe also hurt the engine. He had some issues with low oil pressure, and you can see in these few clips here that he's slowing right down around the corners because every time he went around the corner he'd lose all oil pressure and he didn't want to hurt the engine, but eventually he did anyway. So that was in 2018, and since then he's been working to get the Tirana back on the road with a engine that will allow him to use it to its full potential. He was planning on running the car on the 20th of May at the Nurburgring, but the engine wasn't ready in time. Parts availability has been very difficult for him. He's had a lot of help from friends in Australia, and he's finally got this engine back to where he can run it. He's now running a 308 stroked out to a 355. He's got a high pressure oil pump on there to try and help resolve some of the oil pressure issues. And he's also done some other mods to the engine, which are pretty common here in Australia, but obviously in Germany, nobody knows about those mods. So he's had to sort of not reinvent the wheel, but he's been dealing with engine builders that don't know his engine, getting parts sent over from halfway across the world, and all those kind of challenges, but he's almost ready to get it back on the road. Here's some footage of him taking it for the first run. It must be 5 or 6 years since he's actually driven it. So here he is, just enjoy this footage. We'll try and put on some relevant music as well. So as you can see, things didn't go entirely to plan. The car ended up having to be towed back to the shop. And here's a little bit of footage of what the oil filter looks like now.
Something new. No oil pressure anymore. Oil filter collapsed. Oil pressure lost after 5 kilometers driving.
So Uwe is doing some more modifications. He's moving the oil pressure sensor to a point inside the oil filter so he won't have the overpressurization issue that he had this time. And he's also putting in a standard volume pump. It's going to still be a bit of a challenge to get it right, but once he does, this thing is going to be a weapon. You can see in that first video he was smashing past Porsches and other cars that, you know, are quite quick. If he can actually drive it through the corners as well, it's going to do fairly well. And, you know, I'm really keen for him to get out there and enjoy it. He's been building this thing for a long, long time, and he deserves to have a crack. I'll keep giving you updates as long as you keep sending me updates. So hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
My friend Holger, who is just a cameraman now, you can turn around the camera, the other people have a look at you. So that is Holger. And so we just finished with the brake system. We're really happy that it just fits finally.
Zündung, Zündung, Pumpe, Benzinpumpe, Pumpe läuft, Kontakt.
Läuft doch.
Ich glaube, das ist sehr schön.